Move it, call it, name it, view it, serve it, find it, trade and save. Scroll it, click it, cross it, run it, switch it, crack it, trade and save. Jam it, read it, hit it, tune it, send it, touch it, trade and save. Bring it, leave it, trade and save. Game traders.
Now this is once again one of those type of games you can sit down and enjoy with someone or by yourself. Bioshock's setting being an underwater city called Rapture actually made the storytelling of this game succeed quite well. But whoever composed the music for this game was a freaking genius, I tell you. If there's a video game out there that really takes you back to the 1970s, Bioshock really targets that type of audience in a very certified way. To put Bioshock back into the spotlight from the Xbox 360 days was kind of a very hard thing to do. They have to rewrite the physical program and the actual commands to do all the actions in this game, which takes them several hours to do, and not to mention massive amounts of data. The gameplay mechanics doesn't really make any difference whether you play on the easiest difficulty or the hardest difficulty, because you still get the same amount of enjoyment out of the game with the fictional story. The best part about this game entirely is the fact that it doesn't have a multiplayer mode. Moving along, in the underwater city of Rapture there are many things to do, such as gaining collectible bottles, running around killing people and ripping off their arms and breaking their teeth, and not to mention adapting little sisters and taking care of them, as well as listen to some good old-fashioned 1987 pop culture jukebox music. As a bonus to DLC, we'll put it in free of charge so you can kill Ryan Reynolds with a fucking golf club. Other than that, the gameplay is solid with 60 frames per second with no bugs or no errors of any kind. I just really wish Bioshock Infinite's story wasn't so confusing the whole way through the campaign. Like, I had to research it on the internet 5 times to literally find out what was actually going on. But in complete respect, the second game is kind of the most iconic in the series. The true reason I say this is because Rapture is a much better setting than Columbia for a very numerous amount of reasons. But I remember in Bioshock 2 you actually have a choice whether you lived or died. They took that choice out in Bioshock The Collection. I don't know why they specifically did that, and I don't know how I remember it exactly, but I do remember the option of it being there. But I do remember Bioshock 2's storyline was the best because of the father-daughter story, which was very iconically and very touching for a lot of people. Everybody always says the first game is the best in the entire series, but sometimes that's not the case. Between the 3 games in this collection, a great recommendation for anyone who is interested in the Bioshock series specifically, or anyone that's returning to it in general. This is a kind of game, again, where you can just blast through it and you can enjoy it without anybody shitting on your experience constantly. At the bare minimum, on a console, you should expect 1080p at 60 frames per second. Now, if you haven't checked it out yet, I did upload a new machinima this year on ShadowForge Gaming. Be sure to come by and check it out, we think you're gonna like it. Other than that, we'll see you next month.